Everyone has a favorite map in a video game. Fortnite players remember and love the Chapter 1 map. Apex players synonymously love World's Edge and Olympus. CSGO and CS2 players flock to Mirage and Dust. Overwatch players love King of the Hill maps, especially Ilios. TF2 is no different. Boasting over 100 official maps, it's quite hard to pick your most favorite map. A lot of people pick Upward. A lot of people pick Badwater. A lot of people, especially competitively, pick Process, Badlands, and Gullywash. However, there is one map in TF2 that sits at the helm of one of the most played maps in this game. It's not even a competitive map. It's not a payload map, and it's not a CP map, and it's not a CTF map, and it's not even a King of the Hill map. That map is Hightower. Today, I will be talking about why Hightower is so loved, so revered, and so consistent. TF2 has seen hundreds of maps surge in popularity, then fade into nothingness. We've seen maps come from unplayed to being in everyone's tick list for what map they want to play on next. Hightower may not be on everyone's tick list, which makes it odd. Why won't it die? To answer this, let's take it from the beginning, one more time. Hightower was added to TF2 in July 8, 2010, the engineer update. Hightower hasn't seen that many changes since its release, mostly minor tweaks here and there, with players building in the red spawn room, players building on the back window decks of the barns, players getting on the satellite dish platform, players building on the elevators, reduce the ammo packs in the barns down to small ammo packs, and fix explosion particles playing in the skybox. Since its release in 2010, we've gotten a multitude of videos about its funny moments, montages, and exploits. But why Hightower? Why do thousands of players flock to this cliffside map? Why do players actively search for Hightower servers in the community search bar? As a veteran Team Fortress 2 player, I've seen this game grow. I've played this game before the gunmetal update. I've seen it through the years. I played on Hightower even when Asia Fortress still had multiple servers for it. Although, there was a point where every Hightower server was full. There was an update where Hightower wasn't just a map, it was the map. It was the place where players would wake up, spend 16 hours a day on, and go to sleep like it was their job. You'd find players who have amassed over 600 points on the server just because they love playing the game. When was this? The Meet Your Match update. The Meet Your Match update was not well received by the community. They took away our golden baby quick play and replaced it with two modes, competitive and casual. God forbid they disable community servers. These servers were not easy to play on, especially here in the APAC region. We'd have to struggle with laggy servers, empty servers, and just a plain undesirable experience overall. Mind you, I was still in my first few hundreds of hours playing TF2 during this time. I've never even touched a community server. I just knew that you could find trade servers on there, but that was it. I never really cared for it. So for a newbie player like me, trying to find ways to play the game I fell in love with, my first competitive shooter, it was definitely painful to have to let go of the luxury of quick play and move to searching for the next server my friends and I could hop on. My brother bought TF2 when it first came out. I remember watching him play Hightower and he'd talk about the rules of Hightower. Mind you, this was over 13 years ago. I didn't even play TF2 and he'd still talk about how they'd bully capping heavies until they'd leave the server. It all seemed so magical, but I never fully understood it. But that begs the question, why Hightower? Ask yourself this. Assuming you are a TF2 player, why do you play TF2? Is it the dress-up game factor? Do you like air shots? Do you like highlights? Do you like being a support character? Do you just want to learn how to play the game in the most efficient way possible by jumping straight into the action? Or do you want to make friends in a 16-year-old video game that has players that weren't even alive when it came out, that play the game wholeheartedly? Team Fortress 2 is a versatile yet complex game. You have so many things to learn about each character that even some players that have played this game for thousands of hours haven't experienced yet. How could you possibly find a way to learn how to play a game with all these factors? What map has everything you could ever ask for? What map is versatile enough? That's it. It's versatile. A lot of Team Fortress 2 love their highlight reels. We all love our fair share of air shots, headshots, meat shots, crit wipes, uber lights, medic picks, spy tricks, and even our own taunt fix. TF2 players love their entertainment. I touched on Hightower very briefly in another video. That feels like a very team deathmatch kind of map. Which is true. It does feel like a team deathmatch kind of map. Two teams spawn, they push the cart to the tower, and then they just end up fighting. No one bothers to capture the point. Remember those times when little Jimmy would try to capture the point on Hightower, and then the entire server decides to spam that one little pyro with all their explosives, guns, and grenades? If that doesn't solidify why this map is a team deathmatch kind of map, I don't know what does. Hell, they even coded some Hightower servers so that you can't even push the cart past the spawn point. That's how much people enjoy just fighting on this map. But what about this map makes it so alluring? Why do people prefer to play this map over Nightfall? Why do people prefer to play this map over Pipeline? Hightower in of itself is not a very big map. It's a rectangle arena with 3 towers on the side of a cliff. But when you take into consideration the small details of the map, like this little ramp, this staircase, this open battlement, the high tower, and for the highlight-loving players, a very high skybox. As I've mentioned earlier, TF2 players love their highlights, and if you give any TF2 player the opportunity to feel like they've done something that should be in a YouTube video, you're damn right sure as hell to expect to see that in your next little TF2 airshot montage video. But what makes these factors so special? Process has a high skybox too, especially Gullywash. Have you seen those second point airshot highlights from professional soldier players? They make it look scripted with how beautiful it looks when they hit those airshots. Anyway, you might be wondering, if other maps have similar spots, why Hightower? A map solely made for casual play. Well, that's exactly it, soldier. It's made for casual play. These maps have a lot of highlight reel potential, yes, but most of these maps are in competitive play. Since when did you see some casual player hit a Neanderthal airshot on Process Mid? The accessibility of this map goes far beyond the reaches of competitive maps do. And if you do play Process / Gullywash in casual, it probably won't even feel the same. There won't be that many players jumping around trying to go for market garden kills. There won't be that many airshots. There won't be that many friendlies either. But you do get these kinds of insane highlights in Hightower. People try to go for crazy market gardener kills, headshot snipes, and airshots, and so much more. Another thing I won't forget to mention is the community behind Hightower. If you search up PLR Hightower in the community server's search bar right now, you get dedicated servers. Some of them empty, a fossil of what they once were, and some full, still thriving in the unforeseen future of what could tomorrow be. These players have seen the timeless masterpiece that is TF2 evolve from its little baby hands to sitting on the throne of arena shooters today, being revered by the veterans of esports as a great game. I'm getting a little bit off track here, but what I'm trying to say is that Hightower's community is not just a part of the player base. It's a testament to the niches that TF2 has, the culture of the game in of itself. Team Fortress 2 has its fair share of unspoken rules and stereotypes. Each map is guaranteed to have one tryhard, one free-to-play, one god, one trick, one casual, one racist, and one friendly. But no map by any means has all of them. All except Hightower. I guarantee you, if you join a well enough populated Hightower server, you'll find all of these players playing together in harmony. The tryhard kills the free-to-play, the one trick kills the tryhard becomes racist, the one trick disappears, the friendly gets killed by the tryhard and becomes a god, the god kills the racist tryhard, and then the tryhard leaves. It's your typical TF2 Hightower match. But what are these unspoken rules that Hightower has? Hightower has existed for so long, it has its own community of players that have decided to play this map and have its own rules that don't apply anywhere else. Don't remember these rules? Let me give you a little bit of a refresh on what some of these rules were. Sentries are only allowed on these spots of the map. If they are built anywhere else, they are immediately destroyed. Mini sentries are banned from Hightower. You will either be kicked or targeted by the entire enemy team if you build one. Put your teleporters on these parts of the maps, but do be prepared to get telecamped. Look up, there might be falling soldiers and demonites. If you are seen with a pocket medic, your pocket medic will be targeted until they either leave or switch. No pushing the cart. No capturing the cart. Do not shoot friendlies or they will evolve. Do not shoot the spy crabs or they will evolve. Do not spawn cramp or it will happen to you. Don't use the direct hit. There used to be one older rule, but it got removed because the gun sucks now. It's do not use the reserve shooter. To put it simply, Hightower is for people who don't care about the objective and just want to play Team Fortress 2. Over the years, TF2 has seen many different memes and game modes. Hightower was not exempted from this. Yes, Higher Tower. This map has around 35 levels for Hightower, and this is just the baby one. The community has developed a higher tower with 2 towers and even more levels. This actually affected some of the rules quite a bit. You can try to capture the cart, you can try to push the cart, you can try to use a direct hit, and you can even try to have a pocket medic. A lot of community servers had this map on for a while. I mean, they still do, don't get me wrong, but they're not as popular as before. Usually, you could see the fun game mode times 10 alongside this map, maybe even times 100, or times 1000. The Higher Tower community has created such intricate and long-running memes that they've even turned into game modes. Nowadays, High Tower servers are still very popular, not in casual, but through community servers. These servers are filled to the brim with the same players that once graced its former glory days with the same rules, the same lore, the same air shots, and the same friendlies. It may not be ticked on your checklist, but it's still being clicked on in the browser. Thanks for watching. A little bit of a personal note on the end of this video. I know I've made a couple of unserious videos, what I've labeled as serious, but this video was actually quite serious because I love Hightower and I really enjoy playing the map. I actually mostly log on to TF2 to find Hightower servers just to play on them. I'm so in love with Hightower that I even play on Australia servers. I play on those servers with 100 ping, and it's still fun. I don't really care that I have to fucking wait for my air shot to come out of my rocket launcher and hit a guy like 10 hours later. It's still fun to play the game because it's still Hightower. You still get that experience no matter what you do. It's an experience that you'll never get in a different map. You'll never find the same satisfaction of playing with 100 ping on a different map. You only get that shit on Hightower because no one gives a shit and no one's capturing objectives. What I'm trying to say is, Hightower is for everybody. You can put a new player on it, you can put a veteran on it, you can put an amateur player on it, you can put a Valorant player on it, you can put a CSGO player on it, and they'll still have fun because it's just a shitstorm of Team Fortress 2. You'll never get that experience in any other game. Try to find a community server in CSGO that has the same shit. Try to make a Valorant server that has the same fucking community. Nothing. You won't get the same shit. It's all different. But TF2 is so unique and so... It's its own thing. All the other games, especially the newer games, you won't get the same kind of experience. If you can try to join a community server in Overwatch, and you won't get the same experience that you do in Hightower. That's it. Like, this isn't scripted. The script ends here. And I'm still finding ways to just talk about Hightower because I just love the map. This map, if I had the ability to do so, I would honestly make my own Hightower server and just keep it on 24/7. And I would be playing on that all day. I don't care. Because I just love the map so much. Maybe one day if I find, if I'm able to make a server for TF2, if I get a following or whatever, I don't really care. I'd like to make a Hightower server. Uncle Topia servers don't really accommodate Hightower servers. Black Wonder doesn't really accommodate it anymore. Well, mostly in Asia they don't. Asia Fortress kind of stopped with it. I don't know why. Or maybe they still do have it. I don't know. It just... I've been looking at it for so long. I've been trying to find this for so long. It's just not there anymore. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.